Hey there guys, bringing you another mentorship class video for this week. Unfortunately, I'm no longer releasing these full videos over on YouTube anymore, and I will be releasing the full videos over on my Patreon. So paid members get some extra perks, but you don't just get that. You get tutorials, you get asset packs, you get tips and tricks over on my Patreon. So if you guys are interested, you can go and read in the top right corner and find the link for the Patreon, and in the link's description will also be the link for you to click. And if you want to take these mentorship classes, you can go and read the screen in front of you and just email me and you can get in contact and get in these awesome classes. And until next time guys, take care.
All right,
How you been?
I did about I don't know, a couple hours every other evening or so.
Yeah,
what?
I was just saying hi to because I let Black in about what's your name?
Oh, hello.
Man.
No, just call me when they are Black.
Black. All right, hey Black, how's it going, man? All right, how you doing?
Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you too.
And to everybody.
Yeah, awesome. All right, so we're just going through and doing like work reviews, what people have been up to and stuff like that. So yeah, all right. So sorry to cut you off, Andrea.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize you started the recording and just saying hi.
All right, that's all good. It's all good. All right.
Right. So I did about a couple hours every other evening, and the biggest, most troublesome issue right now is connecting the parts together.
Yeah.
You'll see. So I've got the nastiest area that can be. So I left it like that just to show you. But yeah, when you open it, you'll see.
All right. So I have to sort it out. I'm joking. Okay. All right.
I've straightened the legs though, so to try the symmetry. It's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it's looking good. I mean, definitely better than last week. So and what was this thing you mentioned? I'm just trying to, at the back here.
In the elbow area where the biceps goes down, and all the pieces, the plates or whatever they are, basically connecting the pieces together. And there you can see a big cross of intersection where all the lines go together.
Oh, you mean
right there? So go side view. Well, almost side view. There.
Yeah.
Do you see?
Yeah.
Where the biceps and the lower arm and the elbow, where they all meet.
Yeah.
It's just like, and this is an issue I have everywhere. How do I connect the parts? I can think of how they would be built and think, okay, so it would separate here, it would separate there, but how do I make it look nice and not just cut in a straight line?
Yeah. You want it to, so you want it to rotate up like that, right? Because it's going to be like all armored. And so finding that sweet spot where you want it to rotate to, I mean, so, all right. Like I'm guesstimating here, that's where you want that to rotate, right? So then you kind of like almost want to mark that area in something like see, this is the other thing. Like, okay, this is rotated too. You know how we were talking about the symmetry type of thing where it's going to be easier to work on it. So we would want to rotate this whole arm to be a little bit more like we can work on it sideways like this. You know, the reason why you have that T pose is because it's easier to work on certain things when it's straight, right? Like it's just easier.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
It's just going to be easier than trying to estimate certain things. But then you underestimate. So when you put the arms down, it changes how the character looks too. So you have to test it. So generally, this is a good idea to do your proportions in this pose. And then once you're happy with it, either what you could do is you could rotate. So let's say, I'll check all your polygroups. I think they look all clean. Looks neat.
I don't think all of them are clean. I didn't polygroup them properly.
Okay.
So some of them are a bit messy.
I'll do the quick, I got no script to do it.
I'll do it for next time, so it's easier.
No, it's all right. Right. So I'll just quickly. Yeah, there. It's like a rant marathon. Like button mashing back in the day. All right, there we go. It's not my first time doing that. Let's merge the visible and check out what we can do. So you're probably better off if we just like, oh, what's happened? That was too hardcore for ZBrush. It's freezing. All right. No wonder I'm using 2021. It can't handle anything. Look at this. It's hopeless.
You can use an older one for this, because I have an older ZBrush.
Hold on a sec. Let's see. Okay. Maybe I'll just continue to use it until it breaks. That's never a good idea. When you know something's broken, you don't continue with it. All right. So this is probably not going to look pretty if I find your point. Because generally, like if you're up like that, we can then work on the side and then we have to rotate it too. But if you rotate it straight, you would have to pull the arms off. So there's like two ways you want to do it. You could do it. You could rotate the arms straight down like this, separate them. So or rotate them up, which I'm not too favorable of having them up like this. Because what happens is that generally no one will, with armor, generally no one does this with armor. It's just not a possibility.
Yeah.
Like, so then you just go, well, I'll go down. Because they're always going to be like characters with big armor pads. You never see them like quite go all the way up. Because I mean, you wouldn't be able to because the padding, unless it's in such a way it can. But generally the cool factor, so you have that cool, you know, what's cool, it's generally going to be that limited range of movement that's going to happen. So what that looks cool. I mean, you could like, you got cool factor and you can't ignore it. So if let's have a look at separating these polygroups. So I'll separate that. I'm trying to be gentle on this. And I guess this is how you would go about doing it too. So we can split that. That doesn't look like it's such a bad split. So now we would want to go through and if I've got my options here, group split, yeah. So now we just separate all that. And then we have the same thing for here. Group split it. And then, oh, I forgot to rotate the arm. Let me figure something out. So what I want to do, I'll get all these polygroups. I forgot to rotate here because this arm we would want to be rotated. So how many groups? We've probably got too many groups. Oh, it's not too bad. The fingers look good, by the way.
Thank you. I only did one of them and then duplicated it.
Ah, yeah, of course. You'd be.
And the claws, I was thinking the claws can be retractable, so they can look a bit prettier because right now they look a bit medieval. So I was thinking they should be a bit prettier, but still, it's something.
Yeah. Have you done? I mean, is that your like default thing that you used to like growing up? Is like medieval stuff. Sometimes it comes out in designs.
Oh, really? No.
Sci-fi designs. Where did you think that came from? The medieval expression?
I don't know. I don't know. It might just have been an accident.
Yeah.
I really don't know.
It's a habit. It's something sitting there. Like, it's like programmed. It's there. Believe it or not, it's something sitting there, like in your brain. You're like, I've seen this before somewhere, and then you do it. So a lot of these things come from somewhere. They sit there, like these ideas just like that would be a cool idea because it was like an early childhood influence of yours or something like that that's come up. And a lot of these things are things that are like probably you never know how interesting you might find it if you express it in a certain way where you can express all things like that. Like maybe you do a sci-fi medieval thing. I mean, you could try and explore that a little bit. If it's naturally coming out of you too, you just be aware of it and be like, maybe I actually do like those things. And because like the whole thing is like you look at other stuff and you're like, I just want to do what everyone else is doing, but that's never a good thing, right? You do what you want to do, and that expression that's where your flavor and your little niche will come from. You're exploring these little things that excite you because you need enthusiasm, right? And enthusiasm comes from a lot of your early childhood desires for like a lot of good art comes from like these early childhood things where you were kind of really attracted to doing these things, and it's like programmed into you. Like it's a programming, and it's like excites you in such a way when you saw it for the first time, you're like, oh my God, this is what I want to do. So that's how you'll sustain yourself a lot of times when it will get really difficult, because this will get really difficult. Whatever excited you really when you're little, it can propel you beyond any types of hardship, because art is just, it's hard, right? Like it's really difficult. All right.
That's very nice advice. Thank you.
Well, like,
yeah, because they did the
the
expansions, right? Just type. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go, Vitaly.
So,
Dude, that's being a dream to build this thing, you know.
Let's check it out.
Being is such a huge fan of the game.
No, it's really
So this is what kind of inspires me. You see the side lag, you know, that's like what I'm trying to achieve on the like the hind legs for my Mac. I'm trying to shift the language a little bit to something more hard, you know. So I want the purple pieces to be very like anime, like very like sleek and curved, you know.
Yeah. You guys can do this. This stuff's not like too advanced. I mean, this is like more of
this is easy to model, but it's hard to come up with, you know. Like
I mean, look, some of these surfaces, this is like really dirty surfaces. Like, you know, you see how messy. Yeah. Like this is like Vitaly looks like he's in a bit of a rush for some of the things, like trying to get it all done in time.
For sure.
But
if you look at this piece, like there's a lot of crashing, you know, but it looks really cool. So
I think a lot of the
Sorry,
stuff wasn't seen. So I think you guys
absolutely, yeah,
glaze over it, right? So I think this cockpit must have been really seen. So but yeah, you can tell like it's really hard to get these sub D surfaces smooth. Like look at it, like they're not. Like,
but it doesn't matter, right? Like I know, Alex's know, everybody, like we know. It's just the fucking like the art directors are annoying. They're dumb. You know?
Yeah.
They're like
giving notes on the rounded surface
I can add
all the
double
time.
the detail, or we can pixel fuck this fucking corner, right? There's like pixel fuck the fucking corner.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, dude. Sure.
That's so fucking true, man.
But since we're here kicking ass, let's kick ass, right?
Well, I'm gonna have a chat with Vitaly soon, and I'm gonna get him to go over his like sub D and CAD stuff. So I really like what he does for things like this, and I just want to like ask him a few in detail questions because you have something that I don't know. So like I always want to. I've never actually asked him, hey, can you show me how you work? I've never asked them that question. So yeah. Awesome. But yeah, I've always wanted to like pick his brain. Like I always like how he does these round structures, things like that, like incorporating these things. And
what I like about Vitaly is he has like a sense of scale.
Mm.
That's the thing that like he does really really well. Go down. Like if you go to the, it's like a wall with like stuff.
Yeah.
Like
Mm.
that's the thing that I think he does this shit.
Yeah.
Like he has scale, and that's what the only thing, because if you look of like he doesn't do anything that like it's like out of this world. It's just like his scale is like really good,
It's the one.
like
It's
how
the one,
he
two, three
places the
punch.
details. Yeah.
That's how I think about it. The 1, 2, 3 punch, and like that's what I messed up with doing my CAD stuff, because I knew I would misdirect myself if I didn't get a sense of scale, and I did.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that's what I say to you guys. Like, have your figure to scale things to, and you can't go wrong. You really can't. This is why I like import the human anatomy into your work and do all that stuff. But
What I think that I notice when I'm working that I think it's wrong is that
Mm,
I'm trying to fill. So I make stuff big because I'm trying to, like, if I cover as much area as I can, I don't need
mm,
to worry about details anymore. It's like unconscious, and I see it
mm,
after, because that if you go to the Viking plate, the front plate, like he put that circle and has like a size that it's very like doesn't cover a lot of stuff, right? On the Viking, on like go down. I think it's way better, like a design statement. I
mm.
think like the one with the circle, right? That is like you're talking about.
Yeah. Um. This is it.
This one, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, this one. You see like how he has like big shapes and his lines are super skinny. You know,
This here, like the line work here.
Yeah, like, but yeah, his cuts, they're super skinny. They're like thin lines, and he gives like a sense of scale, right?
Yeah.
Like the the way he plans his cuts, his paneling,
Mm, yeah.
because he does those thin lines. It
Mm,
looks like this panel is huge, right?
mm, yeah.
And the
I
the
mean,
circle that he does, right? Like if I was doing this thing, I would put that circle like huge. It would be on the side, but it
yeah.
would be fucking huge
Well,
because I want to
like
cover. You know.
it's like this, right? This here. It's just made you get. So what I did with my CAD stuff, I made these too large, like the line work,
Mm-hmm.
and you just know, like, just make it a simple line, and then you see he's got the bigger ones. Like it's the one. It's a 1, 2, 3. So like you could say that's a 1, and then
But
that's
if
2.
you start
And,
like.
I mean, this is
Uh-huh.
your 3D stuff. The
Yeah.
overall, like you try and just break it down into like having the 1, 2, 3 punch. And that's how I do it. And then you've got these
Mm-hmm.
little techie details, like that looks like a handle. If you took that off, took all that stuff away, and this is the wiper, he's added a wiper, right? You take all that stuff away, you'll start to lose scale pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Like all these little antennas, you took that all away. It's the fact that he's got this tiny little antenna. It's selling you scale. It's not
Mm-hmm.
just like his little detailing. It's the fact
For
that
sure.
if you add all this stuff, it's just scale, man. Like I had to do a lot of
You know,
this.
one thing that you could help me with that I find like that I really have trouble. Yeah, maybe you should help me with this. This is the thing that annoys me a lot. You see this line
Yeah.
that I'm drawing? See this gap?
Oh, so are you sharing your screen?
I was drawing on what you're
Oh,
showing.
all right. Let me do it again because I was drawing at the same time.
Hmm.
All right, you want to go?
Let's draw together.
All right.
let me just give me a moment. Like this piece here.
Yeah.
See, there's gap. There's like a gap.
Mm-hmm.
I I I suck at doing this, and I think this gives like a lot of like because you don't see what's underneath, but it gives there. I can't explain what it is, but it's like this thing. I don't do it on my work. This
Mm.
piece here, this bottom piece, it would be flush with the rest. I will do
You're
this crease, but I
hey.
never leave this gap.
it's adding depth. So what you want to do is that. So like I did that with this.
But help me do this, dude. I suck at it, you know. So
like
let's focus on this today.
No, so like I'll give you an example. Like
for sure.
Let's say you've made this part here, right? You could just push that part out or in, and you get it's a freebie, like to add some bit of depth. You know what I mean? It's just adding depth. I could go to this one too and just be like that too, and then some depth added to that too. So it's just going in and finding, where can you do that too to add some depth?
On the leg, on the legs.
Yeah.
Maybe I want you to help me with that because I suck at this. Like the hinge, the mid hinge, the piece from that one, the gray one.
I'm just gonna delete these.
Delete everything. Yeah.
Okay.
Just be careful because if you delete with the folder closed,
oh yeah, that's right.
So open the folder for the leg.
Okay.
Like it's the one that you have selected. Go down.
Down. Backpack. Is it somewhere at the bottom?
Yeah. See, it's selected already. Open this folder. Good. Leave it open. Good. Cool. Now if you delete it, you won't.
Yeah.
You won't delete the whole thing. Cool.
Okay.
So you see this piece here. I wanna have some gaps, some breathing room, but I have a lot of trouble doing that. So help me with that. You know.
In these little in these mechanisms here.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
How would you do that?
I mean, so you know how I was talking about depth? What you can do is I would even just hollow this stuff out. Look for opportunity to create depth. You don't have to pull things out. So, I mean, you could do this. So like, let's say I would usually run a Boolean. Say if we did a Boolean operation, but I'm not going to do them because they're annoying to do as ZBrush.
You use a lot of booleans in ZBrush when you're working?
Like so if I'll be like, I want to cut this out, create some depth. Then I also I would want to make this see-through. Does that make sense to you too? So I want to be able to see through that. This is all be cut out. Does that make, then see it creates depth, right? You're creating the word depth within it. You're pushing it in. So that's how I would do that. And it's not a hard fix. You look from here, look from the distance, because the shadow gets to go inside there, and you create some sort of interest. Just like with Vitaly's thing, it's that depth. It's like, oh, what's in there? I don't know if it might be like a primitive thing. It's like maybe we're like, our brain is so primitive in the way it looks for things with depth that we look for like caves to go and hide in a cave, because all these are very old things. But that's like, I have no idea. I'm just spitballing shit.
I think like the design thing that I found is that is just hidden stuff. Like it's like your brain fills it in for you, right? So you see that space, you know there's stuff inside, but you don't even see it, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's more like
I mean, you can see like, and that's why layering is such a good thing.
Yeah, but I suck at it. That's a thing that I need to like do more, because everything I do is like solid. You know?
Yeah, you've got that. It's almost like you're in that syndrome way of thinking. I don't know what we would call it, but see, I'm just like working some depth in here, and I'll just like maybe pull some things out. And you could try like to play the silhouette too. You see that? Why not? Why not play with the silhouette? I mean,
you were talking about like last week about how to say, like the what's the name, like cliche detail, right?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to avoid those like circles and stuff like that, but it's really hard, right? what's the mic rule for like when you use it? Because I know you use them, right?
Oh, cliche detail.
Yeah. For example, the little circle there is like on the top of this piece, right?
Mm.
There's like a yeah. I was just like put it there, but like I'm not feeling it, you know.
Where's the circle?
Like the white one. There's like a white detail.
Oh,
Like
this.
this.
Nah,
Yeah.
that's not cliche. You've played that. Like even if it was cliche, you played it well. You've added some cool side detail to that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I can leave that kind of stuff. That's fine. You just need to like not do like a dumb circle, right?
Yeah, no dumb circles. I think that's fine, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I wouldn't worry about that detail. That's all good. You did. I think you did good on that one. You actually put some thought into it. So it actually looks like it has some functionality behind it. So
Yeah. I was looking at the what's the name? The hammerhead the band did. The you well I showed you already.
yeah, he's working on
Yeah.
the Horizon one.
Yeah. He worked with you. I think he worked with you, right?
Oh, last week. Yeah. I know that one you showed me. Yeah.
Yeah. So that one, like he has like a nice trick that I like. He masks and he like inclines the drawing, and that's like a really cool trick.
Inclines the drawing. You
Yeah,
mean
like you. Do you want me to share my screen and show you?
Yeah. Sure.
Let me share screen. So you see?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what he does is like he's gonna, let's say I want to make a detail like here. He's gonna mask this piece, and then he's gonna like do it like this, and then he inclines,
Mm.
and then he goes in and like draw up more. So
Yeah.
he keeps like doing this, right?
Yeah. It's
And
an
then like
extrude method.
yeah, you
Almost
can
like
just
extruding.
keep going. It's really cool because when you do like a clip, like for example, this clip here would be cool to do. I can make it like here, and then I can like push it in, something like that, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I do that. I do that also.
Yeah, that's pretty cool trick.
Yeah.
Like it gives like a
It's
I
like
don't know, it's like a boat.
It's just like a sub. It's like working with sub D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kind of like
exactly.
that. Yeah.
Nice.
All right. So
You can go back.
yeah, like your concern for this is the legs, right?
My dude, my concern is like giving this like the mechanical feel with like the gaps that I have a hard time like planning them, you
Yeah.
know, and making the mechanical feels like integrate with we integrate with the rest. So for example, the show the arm again, the Mac arm. It's in a folder. Oh, you
Okay.
deleted it, right?
Yeah, I think I deleted.
Oh, it's okay.
This
Yeah.
is
So you see when the elbow connects to the armor plate, it's not integrating properly. Like on the back, it is one on the side view, and on the front, it's it's hard, right?
Yeah.
Because it's a symmetrical piece, and then it flows into like an organic shape.
Yeah.
So how uh, making the machine look flow into like those organic armor plating, you know?
This literally this part here.
Yeah, exactly. You see on the side,
Yeah.
like here, like yes, this piece here. Yeah, that's my problem.
I mean, I would run so like I would run this part all the way around and try and just like have this as like a frame, an internal. Imagine that as an internal subframe, like it makes up itself into an internal subframe. So let me get rid of I'm gonna delete just in hopes
For
I don't
sure.
delete
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
I don't think
You
it
can
works.
hide her. Like she's a whole folder.
Oh, okay. All right. So like bringing that around, right? And then you could make some fun of it too.
Those brushes that you use, you're using move with backface, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so then we just have to adjust this. So this is like a subframe. Imagine that's your frame of the internal structure. And you're making that. So you're kind of inventing some of the inside stuff. But it's how you're solving the problem, because you're thinking like, how does that? This is an internal structure. Isn't that funny? You can see her ass now.
It's the good parts.
That's funny. All right. Unexpected nudity twice today. Jesus.
No, that's you, man. Don't
It's me.
don't blame me. I only do tasteful,
Yeah. All right.
sexy robots.
Tasteful, sexy robots. Yeah. So I think it's just getting that subframe, and it complements the other side. So you start making it along there too.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you can adjust this side. It's using the same principle as last week. Then you have a reference point for this, even though it's not symmetrical, the lower part, it kind of is, right? There we go. Yeah, that probably won't. I mean, you could maybe do it like that.
I think if you do like that, is better. Like if you push this piece, but then you break symmetry.
Only a
You
little
should break
bit.
symmetry there, right?
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, it gives a grounding point.
Yeah.
For that part.
I almost did the detail like that, but I put it back. But I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this detail, it's hard, man. It doesn't blend up. You can't really do much. Like this thing, it doesn't blend with that. I mean, you could try and take it away.
Oh yeah, dude. This piece, I just erased the little like. I erased the details and
sometimes you just. I mean, sometimes you just simplify it. Sometimes you just over.
Can I show you something that I did before I erased it? Maybe you will like it.
Not.
I don't know.
Sure.
Let me just like, because you remember it was like a mirror, right? So just share screen. It was like this before. Like, this like good, or should I erase the whole thing?
So I mean, is this the very latest one?
No, this is how it is. Like, my file, it's like erased, right? This is how I did it. I tried to change it because before it was just like a green dot, right? So I tried to make like a,
But the thing is, you got the hand detail here, right? You've got the same. It's like you've got the detail here, and then you've kind of like put it up here just to reflect it. So I think it's better to have it. And you've got like, it looks like you've emptied the area. It looks a bit blank. I would keep it.
Keep that.
Yeah, keep the detail. Okay. That looks like.
Do you like the solution?
That kind of works.
It's just like the green thing is kind of like a light, but it has like a plastic frame on top, and then this is like a framing or something.
Yeah.
I wanted to maybe like make like a frame that goes around or something, but I'm gonna work more on this. And I don't like this shape either. Like, I want to break it a little bit,
Yeah. Something in you is telling you to break it.
Yeah. Because it's like a round, it's dumb. This piece like is stupid. Like rounded like this.
It's because it doesn't flow with the anatomy so much well, right? It's like, but sometimes you can't. Sometimes you can't solve all that stuff. Sometimes you just gotta let it go. Don't care about it. Sometimes you just gotta let it go. So no one's gonna. At the end of the day, no one's gonna care to.
I do.
You do, yeah, you do. So
for sure. Yeah.
All right. So what else was your concern?
It's just the spacing, dude. Like, I wanted to, if you keep like do a little bit of demo, so I can like watch you work.
The
If you don't mind.
spacing?
Yeah.
All right.
Like, for example, you could do like the let me show you, like here, like this piece here, for example, like it could have like a gap, right?
Yeah.
You know, that those kind of things, like that's, I don't know, because that's what I do. I just like make everything like hug the shape because I'm
Yeah.
scared of like designing it, right?
Dive deep. It's like
Oh, dude,
depth.
it's fucking hard. It's like,
So you're creating depth, right?
you know.
So that's even with this one here. You know, I start to look for things like that, and immediately look straight away, left and right. Move her butt out of the way. It's distracting me. All right.